Picture this, you're scrolling online late at night minding your own business when you stumble across photos of what's claimed to be the brand new iPhone 17 Pro. Your eyes widen. The silver finish gleams, the Apple logo catches the light, and those iconic app icons, Safari, App Store, messages, they're all there. You lean in, almost feeling the smooth edges in your hand. But then something feels off.
Yeah.
You look closer, and suddenly you realize this iPhone is running Android. Yeah, not iOS, not even some weird jailbroken hybrid, just pure Android, wearing an iOS costume like it's Halloween. And that, my friends, is the kind of pre-launch chaos Apple season brings every single year. But this time it's getting really interesting because the real iPhone 17 series is just weeks away from finally stepping into the spotlight. Welcome back, viewers. James here. If you're into the wildest leaks, biggest tech surprises, and launch day secrets, smash that like button, share this with your fellow tech geeks, and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single update. We've got a lot to unpack today. So here's where the story gets juicy. We're hearing from multiple insiders in Germany, people tied directly to major mobile carriers, that Apple's aiming for Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, as the grand reveal day for the iPhone 17 lineup. And this isn't just some random guess. It perfectly matches Apple's playbook. They've been running this September schedule like clockwork for over a decade. Never on the 11th for obvious historical reasons. Never on a Friday because they want those headlines to own the week, not just the weekend. And just like that, the puzzle pieces fit. From there, it's a rapid-fire rollout prep orders. Mark your calendar for Friday, September 12th. First deliveries, September 19th. And if you've ever been burned by waiting too long to click buy, you know exactly how fast those early batches disappear. I've seen it happen. Blink, and your delivery date jumps from launch week to sometime next month. That's why seasoned Apple fans set alarms for pre-order morning like it's a national holiday. But let's hit pause for a second and talk about what's actually coming. This year's lineup could have a plot twist we haven't seen since Apple killed the mini iPhone. Word is the Plus model might be gone. Poof. Out, replaced by something entirely new, the iPhone 17 Air. Think of it like Apple's answer to everyone who's ever said, I love my iPhone, but can it be just a little lighter and not cost as much as the Pro? We're talking thinner, sleeker, and more travel-friendly without feeling like a budget device. Now, here's the thing. If this Air model is real, it's more than just a new size. It's a signal. Apple might be getting ready to completely rethink how they release iPhones. Because starting in 2026, insiders say we might not get all the models in one big September event anymore. Instead, 2 blockbuster events every year. Imagine this. September brings the Pro lineup, maybe even the mythical iPhone Fold, loaded with the newest hardware first. Then spring comes around and boom, you get the standard models and the Air. It's a strategy that could keep iPhone hype alive year-round and shorten the wait between launches for people who aren't chasing Pro specs. Okay, let's swing back to that fake iPhone 17 Pro for a second, because this thing is hilarious and fascinating at the same time. 3 leaked images show it off. The first, a plain white box with a black iPhone printed on it. Classic Apple minimalism, but just a touch wrong. The second, the silver device itself, looking every bit like the kind of thing you'd expect to unbox on launch day. And the third, the screen turned on, icons in place, and for a split second you might think, whoop, that's iOS. But here's the giveaway. The time on the clock reads 0520. Now this is where the nerd in me starts grinning because Apple's iOS in English-speaking regions simply doesn't do that. No leading 0 before a single-digit hour. You'd see 5s and 20, not 05 and 20. Android, on the other hand, totally normal. In fact, it's the default in 24-hour format. That little quirk gives the whole game away. And if you needed more proof, just look at the bezels. They're thick like 2018 iPhone. Thick, not the razor-thin borders all the credible leaks say Apple's chasing this year. Here's the part I love. This dummy unit probably started life as a completely unrelated Android phone. Someone slapped on an Apple skin, loaded an IS-style launcher, and boom, instant fake. Why? Could be for case makers to test fit. Could be for store displays in markets where launch day comes later. Or maybe just to stir up exactly this kind of conversation online. Whatever the reason, works. Because here we are talking about it. But all of this, the fake units, the speculation, the timeline leaks, it's building toward what could be Apple's most dramatic September in years. Not just because of the lineup changes, but because if this is truly the last time we see all iPhones revealed in one shot, it's the end of an era. Apple has been doing September iPhone mega shows since the iPhone 5 days. Splitting them up will change the rhythm for tech fans, reviewers, and even the resale market. Think about it. If the Pros drop 6 months before the standard models, how will that affect upgrades? Will people wait? Will it make standard models feel outdated faster? And let's not forget the other big player in this event, the Apple Watch Series 11. If history repeats, it'll drop alongside the new iPhones, with pre-orders opening the same day and deliveries rolling out the following Friday. The watch has quietly become one of Apple's most consistent sellers, And this year could bring major health tracking upgrades that finally push it toward more advanced medical features. So here's where we're at, a launch date that feels all but locked, a mysterious new iPhone 17 Air in the works, a possible end to the 1 September to rule them all era, and an Android phone pretending to be an iPhone just to mess with us. September 2025 isn't just another Apple event. It's looking like the beginning of a new chapter in how they roll out their most important product. And until Tim Cook steps on stage and confirms it all, we're going to keep getting fakes, leaks, and wild guesses, some spot on, some laughably wrong, but all part of the fun. So keep your eyes peeled, set those pre-order alarms, and don't trust every shiny leak you see online, especially if the clock says 05:10:20.